So at this point in the program, I'm going to turn it over to Mallory Hanson, who is with the Wisconsin State Historical Society and is their statewide services coordinator. Let's hear it for Mallory.
Well, thank you so much for coming out to the event tonight, and thank you to the Kenosha History Center for inviting us to participate. This talk is requested through the Wisconsin Historical Society's History Makers Tour. The tour first launched last fall, bringing opportunities to engage with history into communities across the state, leading up to the opening of our new Wisconsin History Center in Madison in 2027. I'd like to thank Culver's and the Institute of Museum and Library Services for their support of the tour and making this possible. And the Society recognizes the most significant work we do is in collaboration with others, which is why I'm so excited to introduce our speaker for the event tonight. I'd like to welcome our wonderful speaker. This is Suhei Beiser. Suhei is an Assistant Vice President of Strategy and Development for Park Bank in Madison. She's had a 22-year career with them, and within her leadership role, she co-chairs the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. Under her guidance, the bank has implemented impactful strategies, including the establishment of the bank's first associate resource groups. Her commitment to community progress is evident in her history of decade-long service on the Centro Hispano Board and her current roles on the Madison Public Market Foundation Board, as well as Board of Directors for Friends of PBS Wisconsin. Suhei is also the author of the food blog 5 Senses Palette and runs a personal chef business with the same name. So thank you so much, Suhei, for joining us and sharing your knowledge.
Buenas tardes. Bienvenidos. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Suhei Beiser, and I am honored to be here to share with you a little bit of the remarkable history of Latinos in Wisconsin, particularly focusing on their contributions on the foods we serve at our tables and the evolution of food in the state. A little bit about me. I grew up in Venezuela under poverty conditions where the dreams I had for my future often felt out of reach due to the circumstances I faced. Despite the challenges, I viewed every opportunity as a precious gift. At 17, I realized that my dream of attending college was not going to be feasible for me. However, I was fortunate enough to secure an internship, which led me to my first job at a bank, where I worked for 5 years. This position allowed me to eventually pay for my college education, and I proudly graduated with an associate degree in business administration at the age of 23. I've always been on the lookout for new opportunities, and I was eager to learn English to forge a better job by having a second language. That is how I came across the English as a Second Language program at UW-Milwaukee. I'm not going to give you all the details on how I got there, but I worked really hard. I saved a ton of money in order to attend the program, and I finally did. This program not only helped me learn the language, but also opened the door to new experiences and connections. It was there where I met who would become my husband. We got married the following year, and 23 years later, I can say that Wisconsin, specifically Madison, is my second home. My journey has been one of resilience, determination, and the pursuit of dreams despite obstacles. These experiences have shaped who I am today, a Latina who calls Wisconsin home, an enthusiastic home cook, an advocate for the Latinx community, and simply a food lover. Today, I want to share with you a little bit of the history of Latinos in Wisconsin, exploring the significant contributions they have made to the state agricultural sector. We'll trace a little bit of the evolution of Latin food in Wisconsin, highlighting how it has become an integral part of our culinary landscape. My intention is to honor the hard work and resilience of Latino workers and food entrepreneurs, and to also foster a deeper understanding and appreciation of the vibrant Latino heritage in Wisconsin. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you find this journey through history as inspiring and enlightening as I do. So I'll start by speaking about the early presence of Latinos in Wisconsin. The history of Latinos in Wisconsin dates to the early 20th century. Many Latino families, primarily of Mexican descent, migrated to Wisconsin in search of better economic opportunities. The Great Depression and World War II significantly influenced migration patterns, as labor shortages in agriculture and industry created a demand for workers. Wisconsin agricultural sector, known for its dairy farming, found new vigor with the influx of Latinos laborers. In 1920, Milwaukee saw the emergence of a vibrant Mexican community, particularly in the city's south side. As detailed in Dr. Sergio Gonzalez's book, Mexicans in Wisconsin, this period marked the beginning of significant community building, where Mexican immigrants established a sense of belonging and cultural community. We learn from Dr. Gonzalez's research and history that, for example, Arturo Morales holds a significant place in Milwaukee's history as one of the first Mexican immigrants to make an impact in the city. In 1925, he opened Milwaukee's first Mexican grocery store on the near south side. As others followed and opened more grocery stores, they became vital hubs for social and economic interaction. These stores not only provided familiar foods and goods, but also served as gathering places where community members could connect, share news, and support one another, laying the foundation for a thriving Mexican-American community in Milwaukee. Latino farmers and laborers have played an essential role in the development and sustainability of Wisconsin's agricultural industry. Initially recruited for seasonal work, many Latinos settled in Wisconsin, making it their permanent home. They brought with them agricultural skills and knowledge that enhanced farming practices in the state. Latino workers have been crucial in areas such as dairy farming, crop harvesting, and livestock management. The Bracero program, the first Mexican farm labor program initiated by the United States and Mexican government, which ran from 1942 to 1964, was designed to fill agricultural shortages during World War II. Offered employment contracts to almost 5 million braceros in 24 U.S. states. It was the largest foreign worker program in the U.S. history. This manual labor program allowed Mexican laborers to work temporarily in the United States, including in Wisconsin. These workers were instrumental in maintaining agricultural productivity during and after World War II. Their hard work and dedication laid the foundation for future generations of Latino farmers and agricultural workers in the state. Through the archives of the Wisconsin Historical Society, we can access numerous personal stories and anecdotes from Latino farmers. These stories highlight the challenges they faced, including language barriers, cultural adjustments, and sometimes harsh working conditions. Yet, despite these obstacles, they demonstrate remarkable resilience and strong sense of community. One such story is the one of the Garcia family, who arrived in Wisconsin in the 1950s. Starting with nothing but their labor and determination, they eventually established a successful dairy farm in the central part of the state. Their story is a testament to their hard work and perseverance that characterizes the Latino farming community in Wisconsin. I didn't add a lot of the hardships that the Mexican community had when they first came here, but I would absolutely recommend, if you're interested in learning more about the first Mexican Americans in Wisconsin, to read the book Mexicans in Wisconsin by Dr. Sergio Gonzalez, available at the Wisconsin Historical Society. Then let's delve into some statistics regarding the growth of the Latino and Hispanic population in Wisconsin, including some specific data from Kenosha County. Since 1990, that had been the previous census before the 2020 census, the information that we had. So since 1990, the Latino population in Wisconsin has seen significant growth. In 1990, Latinos accounted for approximately 2.4% of Wisconsin's total population. By the latest census data of 2020, this number has increased to around 7.1% of the total Wisconsin population. That translates to around 423,000 people, reflecting a substantial demographic shift over the past few decades. In Kenosha County specifically, the Latino population has grown even more. In 1990, Latinos made up about 4.8% of Kenosha County. As of the latest census of 2020, this figure has risen to approximately 16.5%, which translates to approximately 37,000 people, underscoring the increasing diversity and cultural richness within our local communities. This migration of Hispanic and Latinos to Wisconsin has had several positive impacts on the state's economy, driven by various factors and showing an increasing trend over the past few decades. Some economic contributions through labor force participation. According to the UW-Madison Extension, Latinos make up a significant portion of Wisconsin agricultural workforce, particularly in the dairy farming and crop production. They contribute crucial labor during peak seasons, addressing labor shortages and supporting agricultural productivity. Entrepreneurship. Latino-owned businesses have been on the rise in Wisconsin, contributing to the state's economy. According to data from the Latino Wisconsin Research Group, these businesses span various sectors, including construction, retail, professional, and hospitality, and the food industry. Fostering economic growth. They contribute to job creation, tax revenues, and overall economic activities in local communities across the state. And then there is the consumer spending. The purchasing power of the Latinos in Wisconsin has increased, influencing local economies through increased consumer spending on goods and services. What are the reasons that the Latinos migrate to Wisconsin? The first one is work opportunities. Historically, the agricultural work has been a primary draw for Latinos. The data from UW-Madison Extension indicates the seasonal employment, like I said before. Opportunities in farming and related industries still exist to this day. Then there is the family and community networks. The Latino Wisconsin Research Group highlights the role of established communities in Wisconsin, providing social support networks and encouraging further migration as families reunite or seek better opportunities together. And then there is the education and quality of life. UW-Madison Extension, again, reports suggest that access to education and the overall quality of life in Wisconsin attracts families looking for stable environments and opportunities for their children. So the increased migration trends, the economic factors are just in sectors beyond the agriculture, such as manufacturing and services. That has diversified all the job opportunities, appealing to Latinos seeking employment, stability, and advancement. The presence of vibrant Latino communities and cultural organizations in Wisconsin cities like Milwaukee and Madison, such as La Casa de Esperanza in Waukesha, Centro Hispano of Dane County in Madison, and Centro Hispano in Milwaukee, foster a welcoming environment, encouraging continued migration and settlement. And then compared to some regions in Latin America, Wisconsin offers stability, safety, and access to educational resources, motivating migrants to choose Wisconsin as a destination. In summary, the migration of Latinos to Wisconsin has been driven by economic opportunities, family ties, and the quality of life offered by the state. Their contributions across various sectors have positively impacted Wisconsin's economy and cultural diversity, supported by data and insights from organizations like UW Extension and the Latino Research Group. As Latinos settled in Wisconsin, they brought their culinary traditions with them, enriching the state's food culture. The introduction of Latin ingredients and culinary techniques has had profound impact on Wisconsin's culinary landscape. Initially, Latin food was primarily enjoyed within Latino communities, but over time, it has gained widespread popularity. Latino markets, restaurants, and food festivals, such as this one, have become integral part of Wisconsin's culinary scene. The availability of Latin ingredients in local grocery stores and the influence of Latin flavors in mainstream restaurants are clear indicators of this evolution. Latino markets and restaurants have played a crucial role in popularizing Latin food in Wisconsin. These establishments not only provide access to authentic ingredients, but also serve as cultural hubs for the Latino community. They offer a taste of home for many of us and introduce non-Latinos to the rich and diverse flavors of the Latin cuisine. For example, the family-owned chain of grocery stores in Milwaukee, El Rey, has been a corner store of the local Latino community since the 1970s. I paid my first visit to El Rey in summer of 2001 looking for Venezuelan corn flour to make arepas. The integration of Latin food into Wisconsin's culinary landscape is also a result of cultural exchange. As Latinos interact with other communities, they share their culinary traditions, leading to a fusion of flavors and cooking techniques. This exchange has enriched Wisconsin's food culture, introducing new exciting dishes that have become beloved by many. In the Wisconsin Historical Society archive, there is a picture that I've used before for a different presentation, and it's a picture of the first tamales food cart placed on State Street in Madison. And it's called the Tijuana Hot Tamales, and the picture is from 1931. It's just funny to think that was, I can imagine at that time, like something new and exciting, and look at how many food carts we can have now serving Latino foods, which is amazing. Today, with a quick online search for Latin food options in Milwaukee, Racine, or Kenosha, reveals a vibrant, diverse culinary scene. In Milwaukee, dozens of Latin restaurants, from traditional Mexican taquerias to upscale fusion eateries, highlight the city's rich Hispanic heritage. Racine offers a variety of authentic Latin dining experience with family-owned establishments serving classic dishes from Mexico, Puerto Rico, and beyond. Kenosha, while smaller, still boasts a growing number of Latin food options, including popular spots for tacos, tamales, and other Latin American specialties. This abundance of choices highlights the significant cultural influence and culinary contributions of the Latino community. Now, I was wondering if anyone from the audience would help me illustrate the impact of Latino culture on our culinary scene just by sharing maybe one dish from the Latin cuisine that you've enjoyed in Wisconsin, whether it's a memorable meal at a local Latin restaurant or a special dish that you have cooked at home. Any takers? Tacos. Who doesn't love tacos, right? Anybody else want to share?
Pozole.
What is that?
Pozole.
Pozole, yes, I love pozole. Quesabirria, yes, another favorite of mine. So as a personal chef, I take immense joy in bringing the vibrant flavors of Latin cuisine into my clients' homes. Each dish I prepare is a tribute to our rich culinary heritage, rooted in the diverse and interconnected Latinx culture. I am passionate about learning and mastering traditional dishes from various Latin American countries. I absolutely love cooking Mexican food, which I had only had maybe once or twice before I moved to Wisconsin. I love Peruvian food, and I love making it at home and learning how to make it. Colombian food and Venezuelan food are very similar, but there are a little bit different types of arepas in Colombian culture that I've tried to recreate at home as well. Well, there are so many different ones, but the thing with the Latino culture is like you think because it's Latin food that it's all the same, but each country has their own dishes and their own ways of preparing their sofritos and their own ways of making, abuelitas recipes. So even though we all speak the same language, we are very diverse within our own culture. Our cuisine is a beautiful tapestry woven from our indigenous roots and the myriad of cultures introduced during colonization, including the profound influence of African flavors and ingredients brought by enslaved people. This cultural fusion not only defines our food but also our identity, making every meal I serve a celebration of our shared heritage and resilience. To close, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Wisconsin Historical Society and the Kenosha History Center for providing this wonderful opportunity to celebrate our community through food and history. It is truly my pleasure and honor to be part of this meaningful event. I am immensely grateful for authors like Dr. Sergio Gonzalez and others whose dedicated life's work ensures that our history is preserved for future generations. And now to conclude, I would like to share a poem from the book I Didn't Know There Were Latinos in Wisconsin, published by my friend Oscar Mireles. The poem is called Caldo de Res, and it's written by Tommy Tepepa Carmona from Madison. Today, I boiled my caldo de res. I added carrots, cabbage, zucchini, potatoes, ears of corn, and green jalapenos to add a spicy kick. I watched it boil, and after a while, I then savored to taste it in my mouth. Not too bland, not too salty. But disappointed, I felt something was not quite right. So I added a dash of me. I stirred, and still not quite right. I added a dash of experience. The caldo de res became more appealing. So I added a pinch of personality. The caldo became much more exquisite. I now sit savoring my caldo de res with my tortillas. It's just quite right. Not too spicy, not too salty, not too inexperienced, not too unappealing, just rightly pleasing. Thank you.
Let's hear it one more time for Sujay. Wonderful presentation. And thank you to the Wisconsin Historical Society for hosting the speaker tonight and really supporting this event. One reminder I want to remind everybody, this is Taco Fest. There's going to be a winner tonight. Our winner is going to be announced after 8:30. There are ballots in the blue tent just right of the stage. So eat as many tacos as you can, get a nice sampling, and then head over to the blue tent before 8:30 and cast your ballot for your favorite taco. There can only be one Kenosha Taco Fest champion. At the blue tent, we also have some merchandise from the Kenosha History Center, as well as 50-50. Hopefully we can get a big pot tonight and someone can go home a lucky winner. But let's get back to tacos. Go enjoy, eat lots of tacos, support the Shriners by buying some beer and other beverages, and have a great time. Thanks for everybody coming out.
Okay, here we are at Taco Fest, presented by the Kenosha History Center. I'm with some great volunteers from the History Center. Your name?
Bob Lichter, John Loik.
Okay, well, let's hear about what's exactly going on here today.
Well, we got a great night. We ditched the rain a little bit. Got a huge crowd, 12 taco trucks. Everybody's having a great time. Got some music, selling tickets for the 50-50 raffle, making a few bucks for the History Center.
We still got a lot of people coming in. We still have a few old-time cars we can check out.
Now, you guys are also, let's plug the History Walk. So you guys do that. Let's hear about that.
Yeah, we have 3 historic neighborhood walking tours, Library Park neighborhood, the 3rd Avenue neighborhood starting at Eichelman Park, and the Old North Side, which is roughly from 52nd Street to 43rd Street, the lake to Sheridan Road. KenoshaHistoryCenter.org for details on that.
And the north side is our favorite. We are of German descent, and that's German, Polish, Slovak, and Lithuanian mostly.
For those who haven't been to the History Center, why should someone go out to the Kenosha History Center?
Well, in that case, we have all kinds of artifacts. We have we have cars from AMC, from Nash, from Jeffrey. We have all kinds of different artifacts for a classroom, blacksmith shop, and other things. As you can see, everyone will get something out of it.
Sure, it would be one part of the museum takes you back to about 1835 when the first settlers came from the East Coast. And as John said, we're a factory town, a lot of industries. So you can really learn about American Motors, Mack White Wire Rope, Peter Pierce and Sons, the Anaconda American Brass, Frost Company, and all those industries that helped make Kenosha the great city it is now.
And Bob and I are actually first cousins, so we come from a long line of farmers and factory workers. We're both lictors.
I think you guys look familiar from this program called Kenosha Voices. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, another great program for the History Center. Chris Allen, our executive director, had this wonderful idea in 2022, I think. Let's capture the memories and experience of the people that built the Gremlins and the Hornets and worked in the other different industries, but then we expanded. We've got over 120 maybe interviews now on YouTube. Kenosha natives, new people of Kenosha, school teachers, politicians, musicians, factory workers, small business owners, and on and on. YouTube, just type in Kenosha History Center in the search bar on YouTube and pick whatever one you want to watch.
And John, you were on the show too, right?
One time, yes. Yeah. But I taught high school math for 34 years, and I've been volunteering here for 17. I really enjoy it a lot, working with a lot of kids, a lot of adults.
Kenosha History Center is the place to be in Taco Fest, which was an excellent event here today. And thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, here we are at the Taco Fest in Kenosha, promoting the Kenosha History Center, and we got some great historical cars at the car show here today. And I'm with your name?
Rose.
Rose, nice to see you today. Very nice car you have. Let's hear all about it. What is this car?
It's a 1976 Dodge Aspen RT. Plum Crazy Purple. 4-speed.
When did you get this car?
2018.
Why do people collect cars or go to these car shows from your
There's a good camaraderie within everybody. They're polite and respectful. It's a good group of people to hang out with.
You've obviously not been to this one, not only this one, but have you been to other car shows?
Many car shows. Okay,
yeah. Especially in the summertime, that's when we're really going to hit with a lot of them.
As long as the weather cooperates.
Yeah, which luckily it was today. So what made you get this one?
Because it's purple.
Purple, okay.
Yep.
It's really eye-catching. Are you from the area?
Yeah, we're out from Salem,
Okay, great.
out by Paddock Lake.
Excellent. Well, it's an excellent car. Thank you so much for coming out to the car show Taco Fest, and thanks so much for talking to us today.
Thank you.
Okay, here we are at Taco Fest for the Kenosha History Center, and we got a great car show here as well. Your name?
Harlan Ellsworth.
Well, let's hear about it. What car are we standing in front of?
Well, we are standing in front of a 1976 Cadillac Sedan DeVille. It's only got 62,000 miles on the clock. I bought it with 49,000 about 3 years ago, summer 2021. And, it's a great vehicle, I mean, not the best on gas, but honestly, it's great. Now, the color we got here is called Firethorn Red.
When did you get this?
July 2021.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you collect cars, or is this your first?
This is actually my first classic car I ever had.
Really? Then why did you choose this one?
Well, I've always been a luxury car type of person, and my first car was actually a 2000 Cadillac DeVille.
Have you been to other car shows?
Yes, I have.
And what has been the response?
Oh, just absolutely amazing. There's actually a twin similar to this one, actually. Almost the same year, but just 1 year older.
Are you from the Kenosha area?
Yes.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Great. So you probably get a lot of people.
Yeah. Very well known around here.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for coming to Taco Fest, supporting the Kenosha History Center, and thank you so much for talking with us. And I'm with your name?
Jim Jorgensen.
Jim, nice to see you today. What do you think of the event so far today?
That's pretty nice. I've never been here before.
Okay. Are you from the area?
Kansasville.
Well, it's a great car show that's being put on. Let's hear about it. What kind of car is it?
74 Gremlin X. It's got a 390 in it.
Okay. How long have you guys been driving this?
Well, not very long, actually. She just bought it a month ago, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're in Kenosha where they were made. So, what made you decide to get this car?
She's always wanted one, and we found this one. It was really clean, and decided to buy it.
Okay. What has been the response when people come and check it out?
Well, there's quite a few people from the factory come by, and got a lot of stories.
Sure.
Chopper Bob.
Chopper Bob. Well, what do you think of the event so far today?
Well, despite the rain, it's still a good turnout. I'm happy with it. I'm here.
Absolutely. What kind of car we got here?
It's a 1970 AMX, pink, of course. I've had it 38 years. It's been pink 36. Gets 1150s, 115 through the quarter mile. Drove it down here. Even if it's raining, drive it home in the rain. No big deal.
And where are you from?
Kenosha.
Oh, you're from
Summers.
Summers. Okay. Great.
I'm a north side guy.
Have you been to other car shows as well?
Just last Sunday, I drove at the Fox Lake in the rain and won first place for the AMCs. In the rain, no windshield wipers. Just put Rain X and go fast.
Congratulations. Well, I see you got a lot of people coming over checking this out. We thank you so much.
Wait a minute, is that thing here? Hopefully, not only is it visual, you got the audio on.
Yep.
Let's see, it might. Put the mic down there. Now I just blew the decibels.
Okay. Well, once again, thank you so much, Chopper Bob. This is absolutely excellent event today and a great car. Thanks so much for talking with us today.